Anywhere, girl, at the bus station, your fart smell like some bad conversation. But it feels so good, it makes me feel happy. Reminds me of the smells of my dead granddaddy. Fart in my face, girl, I ain't no wussy. Even though it smells like hippo pussy. Now you are the woman that stays in my heart, but don't ever think you'll be holding your boss. Oh no, 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 no. So
welcome everybody back to another
Genius
Dormtainment podcast. I am your host, Rome Green Jr. from Lake Minnetonka. We got Emmanuel in the building.
The song that we did at that time, I mean, when I say ahead of its time, it's slightly ahead of its time.
No, not slightly. It's way ahead of its time. We got Cam in the building.
A roach could live several weeks without its head, but it'll eventually die of starvation.
Man, I learned that in like second grade. Hold on, you usually come with better than that, Cam.
Hey, let me finish my intros,
all right,
nigga.
You usually don't, and you usually come with nothing. So
That's true.
Let me rock.
And we got Tay in the building.
A roach can survive radioactive atomic bomb as well.
This is true.
Cam, you automatically look much better now. What you're saying?
A radioactive atomic
That is
bomb.
true. That is true.
It survived it.
Thank you everybody for joining us again. Man, so yeah, that was Fart in Front of Me off of our very first musical project called We're Not Rappers, But We Rap, that we released in 2010. And me and Cam were in here listening to it, and we got bars, man. We got bars. We been had bars.
Who had the best bars on there?
On the whole, I mean, everybody came with it, but Cam on Shoot Dog, Cam told a story with it. Like,
okay.
It was
What was
good.
one of the lines?
It was good.
Huh?
What was one of the lines?
That's 2010. That's 6 years ago.
That's it. That's 6 years ago.
Just listen to it.
It was great. Real quick before we dive deep in our podcast, well, I do want to thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in every week, every Tuesday. I'm excited for the new things we got coming with the podcast. We're going to be going live. We're going to be doing it live. We tested it out yesterday. So for those who caught us on Ustream yesterday, sorry if it was a little weird because we were just trying to test out some things. So
We had a couple of technical things we had to work out.
Yeah. But today, we're going to have fun. We're going to chill. Before we get started, I do want to give you guys this Uber code for Uber. You know what I'm saying? You get a free ride. It's worth of $20 with this code. It is JR113. The Uber code this week is JR113. So if you guys are using Uber, you know you want to go out and see a girl, you don't want to drive, you know what I'm saying? Or ladies, if you want to, go out and get some quality time.
So a code that only benefits you.
No, because I have the Dormtainment account attached to it. So thank you.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah,
I
heard
don't know.
JR.
I don't know
I
what you
have
talking.
the code.
No, what do you? I ain't never heard of a Dormtainment account.
I have the card for Dormtainment attached to it. It is JR113.
Why ain't it DT113?
Because it don't. If it's on your phone, it gives you your phone.
Why you
So
yelling?
it sounds like JR for Junior, Stevie Green Jr. So
Do
it's all
y'all want me
about
to
you.
promote the code or not?
Well,
You
I'm the
already
one that
did.
asked you
It's
to
too
do
late
it.
now.
You fucking assholes. It's JR113, man. If y'all need that code,
You got a
log in,
voice
get
that you can't scream like that. You break eardrums. You know, a lot of our fans listen with headphones in at work. Don't get them in trouble.
They like when I yell.
No, their ears hurt when you yell.
They love it when
They
I
like
yell.
when you yell.
So this past week we went to VidCon. I do want to recap that real quick. For those of you who don't know what VidCon is like Comic-Con except for
YouTubers.
vids, except for YouTubers, and a lot of vendors go there. A lot of like Spotify, and they had Five Gum was there this year. I'm not sure. If you were sponsored by Five Gum and they required you to chew it every day, would you take that sponsorship?
But how would they know?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if that
They had a gum checker.
is that a gum check?
They open up your jaw. It's like, hey,
Is it a guy that just comes over to the house?
Yeah,
And he just
he comes on make sure you chewing your gum.
What time?
6 o'clock every day.
6 a.m.
AM or PM?
PM.
That nigga has a trench coat and a top hat.
It depends
How
on
much? How much?
It depends on how much they pay.
How much?
$1 million sponsorship
For
Yeah,
for
oh
$1
my God.
million
For a year.
for
a year.
for 3.
For 3 years
Yeah. Still
to
gotta
chew it
do
every
it.
day.
Yeah.
Still
I
gotta do it.
gotta know the long term
They didn't
effects
say
of
how long.
Is
it
it-
is effects from it, but they didn't say how long. I could chew right quick while he here, spit it out immediately.
That's true.
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
that's true.
Nah, nah,
That's
nah.
good.
He
See,
said
that's-
outside the house. He said outside the house.
I mean, you can sit out there, but I'm gonna be inside.
Oh no! So you got to go around all day chewing it, or
Chewing-
is it just?
Yeah, you got to make sure you smack with it. Make sure they know you chewing.
All day?
Not
Yeah.
all day. Your jaw.
Not all
no,
day.
you
Not all
can't,
day.
you
Not all
can't.
day. You got to start 3 hours a day. You got to chew 3 hours.
No,
man,
I
it's not
can't.
worth the teeth.
It's not
not worth
It's not worth the teeth.
Well, wait a minute. How?
Well,
how
yeah, because maybe $50,000 will get you some nice new teeth.
That's true. You might get some nice
Young
teeth.
Thug got some nice new teeth.
But it'll never be your teeth.
Tristina, can you do me a favor and look up the effects of long-term chewing gum? Like what happens if you chew gum too long? For those of y'all, Tristina, we have our lovely Tristina in here. She will be assisting us today. Thank you, Tristina, for being here.
Tristina in the building.
She got her cute little
I'm-
glasses on.
With your pink socks.
With your pink socks. With your pink ass socks. Your pox.
Your pox. 2 pox.
You put 2 pox.
Okay.
At VidCon, though, I do have to say this. We went for a brunch. There's a thing called
You a bougie ass dude, dog.
When you there at the brunch with me?
Oh yeah.
So we went for a brunch.
So y'all some bougie ass dudes.
But you were there with us too.
Were you there with us?
I just got in the car. I didn't know where we were going.
I just got in the car.
I got in the car. I think we going up the street. I ended up in Anaheim.
So I just had to stay. We went to a brunch for YouTube Black, for Black creators on YouTube, which is a really, really dope thing. So shout out to YouTube Black. But we get there, and for those of you who don't know, VidCon is like a real teeny bopper type of thing. They have really, really good brands there, but it's not HBCU demographic at all in any type of way.
No, it's far from HBCU.
It is far from HBCU. But yeah, so it's a lot of kids there and whatnot. But the good thing is we got to go to a Calvin Klein suite, and I felt kind of bad because we rolled in there like 8 deep, like 8 big black men, but they started handing out free things, and we had to get it. Like we walked out with bags. So whoever tried to go after us, if you ain't getting none, that's our bad.
Yeah, if you were mediums or larges,
Four y'all was in there.
And
with
for
us.
y'all entertainment, shout out to them. They was
And
in there
Just
too.
Rain was in there.
Yeah, all y'all wrong for that.
did they put it up? Did 4 y'all put it up yet?
The picture?
Their vlog?
No, I don't think not
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that should be coming soon though.
I know we gonna be on there looking. I felt bad, but I shouldn't have felt bad because it was free. But then it's like, when do you stop? When
When they stop giving?
when they stop giving, is that or is that just?
I mean, there's a way because there's a way to always go to a gift suite or booth and just work your way in to where it doesn't look bad. You got to start a conversation.
This what happened. We went in there and we seen them grabbing like some boxes. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, we get like some free boxes, which is. And nigga need boxes, now getting older, niggas don't buy boxes.
I was about to steal something. I ain't gonna lie. I saw some cologne. It was just racks of cologne. I took a bottle. I was like, ain't nobody gonna miss this.
So for those of you listening, don't leave your cologne.
Before I was about to walk off, they said, "Hey!" I said, "Oh shit, here we go."
Here we go.
They said, "Hey, what else y'all want? Because everything in here free." I said, "Oh, okay, let's
all
do
right.
this."
So we just started naming. Let me get this shirt. Let me get these pants.
It was
Let
No,
me
okay.
get-
but still, you still got to set up more. We thought one thing.
Yeah,
You
we
get
thought one thing.
item
Yeah,
free. No,
yeah.
they meant anything you want.
Yeah, you tell them and they go to the back.
Alright.
And I had one time I went to this one audio gift suite at our school. I don't think it was at our school. It was for something for audio. Yeah. And this is the worst time. I'm not a thief, and so I've really felt terrible when I saw this package of software, and it was like some like $500 software, and it was like it was like all lined up, and I was like, oh, everything in here is just set up and just okay, let me just take it. I walked out, and then somebody else tried to take it, and then it was like, oh no, you can't take that. It's like, whoa. It's like, well, yeah, that's $500. I was like, oh shit. And I just walked out.
The funny thing about that is I got one as well. And I gave it to KT. He called me 3 weeks ago. He said, you remember that PreSonus package that you took by accident some years ago? He said, oh, I finally opened it. I think it works. I was like, man, come on, man.
He's a good friend. He kept it on the low for 3 years.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm not a thief. This is a pure disclaimer. We are not thieves.
No, but
well,
even if it's by accident, you still kind of.
I stole what's this by accident? I stole a sample from Macy's of some cologne. Was it Yope or the JOOP? It was some cologne a long time ago.
So you ain't even know what type of cologne it was. You just saw some cologne and took it.
They had a bunch of them out, so I was like, oh, these must be, these must be free. So I grabbed one. I went home. I looked at the bottom. The barcode was on it. I was like, oh, I don't think this was. I think I was supposed to leave this.
But you ain't take it back though.
No, I used that whole.
How many ounces?
I don't. Whatever this size. I don't even. I'm holding my fingers up like people listening can see me. But yeah, it was a decent size.
I believe in karma though. Karma could come back. It probably already bit you at some point. You probably tripped them or something.
I mean, if you've seen my bank account, it been bit me.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, we've all been affected.
Everybody's been bit.
Nigga, everybody still.
Everybody's been bit. One little last thing I want to wrap up about VidCon.
Wait, my bank account, look. You think I'm a klepto? Keep getting bit.
That's from a corporation. That's from a mall, though. You're good. You good.
One little thing I want to wrap about VidCon. For those that don't know this story, we have to tell this because when it happened 2 years ago, we wasn't doing a podcast. So we went to VidCon 2 years ago for a fan meetup. Us and Issa Rae. We all get in there. Like I said, it's a teeny bopper type of like event. So we were like, you know what? It's us and Issa Rae. We got fans in here, whatever. So we get in there, and they set our little booth up right in the middle of this convention. And so we waiting. And beside us, it was like some other YouTubers, white YouTubers. And to the left was some white YouTubers and some other people. A lot of other races, and then the black people right in the middle. And then we slowly started seeing their lines fill up, and we were like, all right, cool.
Oh, no,
cool.
we got there, and there were lines.
Yeah, they had lines, and then the lines kept filling up until it looked like Tetris, like that missing column was in the middle. And
like you just had all straights right down the middle.
All down the middle. And when I tell you our line was completely empty, I do mean completely empty. Like Cam has the picture. One day we gonna put out this photo. You know, maybe when we get our TV show.
We did it already though.
Did we put it out?
Yeah,
I know we put it out.
First happened, I think it's deep on IG.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we put it out. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that picture is one of the funniest pictures. We think about blowing it up and getting it framed
Definitely getting that framed.
Because 2 years later, Issa, the same person who didn't have nobody in their lines, has an HBO show.
Hey.
So and
Dormtainment broke all the original records on Comedy Central.
Broke all the original records on Comedy Central.
When we go to the premiere for that, wherever that is, whenever we're invited, we're gonna blow it up and give her that as a gift.
Oh,
don't forget where you came from.
Yeah, that's true. We should. We should. You got to remember, you came from VidCon.
And we spent that
motivation.
The funny thing is, we had a ball though. Like with nobody in our line.
Oh yeah, we was laughing.
We were laughing. We would. Yo, you got to enjoy those moments.
Whenever one person did come down, we would clap.
Yeah, somebody came down one time. We started clapping and cheering.
Started clapping.
I thought security was turning people away, thinking it was an exit.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't want to come down here.
So that was VidCon. I think I got some other gifts somewhere in there, but anywho, come on, Bug, chill out.
Whoever set that up dropped the ball, boy.
Oh yeah. That ball been dropped.
Man, it was making a statement. It was making a statement with us.
Also, last week we had a convo about makeup, and I was waiting for the backlash. I was waiting for it, but it actually wasn't too bad. I think our fans knew that we weren't lashing out at anybody or saying, "Oh, fuck you if you wear makeup." We didn't say nothing like that, but some people left some comments on our SoundCloud, just kind of commenting and seeing their take on doing makeup. So it was.
What was the general consensus? Like, what was
some? One of the girls that left the longest comment on her SoundCloud, which was actually good. She was just saying how she's been working in makeup and she doesn't use it as just a cover. It's her job, and so she looks at it as her job and not necessarily like because she's insecure and nothing like that. And we understood that. We said that. We said not all girls use it for that, but I just want to say I appreciate all you guys for commenting and giving us your feedback, because that's what this is about, creating conversation. Exactly. And so we thank you for doing that.
Yeah, man.
And now we're going to get into things we not going to talk about. And little disclaimer before we get there. At first, I'm not gonna lie, this morning I didn't have a thing we was gonna talk about, and I just feel like as the host I should admit that to you, because I'm always yelling at other people about not having things to talk about.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, because I wasn't prepared, but I am prepared now.
Okay.
With that being said, we're gonna throw it to you, Emmanuel. You got some things you're gonna talk about.
No, I do.
Okay.
And one thing I don't want to talk about is how good Game of Thrones has been in my life. I don't know how many Game of Thrones fans we have that follow our program here, but when I talk about the best TV I've ever seen in my life, where every episode, Tristan, you watch it? You watch Game of Thrones? Thought I was gonna get a little bit of love from that side, but okay. No, but it's honestly every episode feels like $100 million movie, and it went off on the internet too. What's crazy to me is to see how influential the internet is for other TV shows and stuff, because it'll make the world go watch. Even that one particular episode 9 that dropped that kind of went viral online, like
even people who didn't know nothing about it.
Even people don't just want to go watch it. The same thing I've seen with like Batman versus or Marvel movies and stuff.
I had already been contemplating about watching it, because I want, for those who listen, I want to watch it, but my life and what we're doing kind of doesn't permit it. But I'm going to watch it now that I'm finished with Silicon Valley. For those who haven't seen Silicon Valley on HBO, go watch that.
But that's not even a fair comparison, because it's such an easier watch. It's 22 minutes.
No. I'm saying now that I'm done, I didn't want to start the show in between it.
Yeah.
But Emmanuel showed us a piece of that episode 9, and I was like, whoa.
I can't, because the last 2 times I started from the beginning when it was deep in the seasons was Breaking Bad. I had to catch up before the last season. When I was done, I just was exhausted.
That's a rough ride.
I was like, was it worth it? It was worth it because it was amazing, but I was just so beat. I was like, because what I had to do, I had to watch as soon as I woke up in the morning. I would watch while I'm eating breakfast. As soon as we're done working, I would watch like 2 more episodes. Before I go to bed, I'm watching again every day until I caught up. And each episode was like an hour, and I was like, yo.
And the thing about Breaking Bad is it has some comedic moments, but it's really not like that range of emotion. It's full on fucking drama.
Yeah.
And it's really like, and you get into it, and it fucks up your emotions. Like, I remember, I think last time I watched it, I just used to really, really just, when I just took like a week out. Is that GoPro?
Yeah, I just turned it on.
You started on?
Yeah. I just want to catch a little bit.
Yeah. But I just remember when I had, I just took like a week out. And, it was like 2-3 weeks. And I just binged on it.
For which show?
For Breaking Bad. Yeah. And this is before I stopped smoking, so I just would wake up, smoke,
and watch
it and just stay high and just watch it.
And I did the same thing for House of Cards.
You smoked and watched House of Cards?
No. I was just watching House of Cards, and then now to go back and watch Game of Thrones, and they say the first 7 episodes is like a drag.
Yeah.
And you got to pay attention.
You got to.
I want to so bad, but I just can't. I can't right now.
Do you think that has an effect on the like binge watching something that deep, that like
What, that long? Like,
Yeah, like because I remember when my one homeboy told me he did Game of Thrones in 2 weeks. He did 2 weeks. All what is it? Six seasons?
now was he in between jobs? Because I
don't think so. But I was like, man. I was like, I'm trying to think. Does that have an effect on the brain? Like, will you start talking like game like medieval?
I think the biggest thing with binge watching is the pressure, because you want to talk about it. So say for what's the prison show?
Orange is New Black.
Orange is New Black. When that drops, every girl rushes to watch it. Yeah, because they want to talk about it. Yeah, because then the internet's gonna start talking about it. You want to be a part of that. You want to read the articles, and if you're not, you got to stay off the internet. Yeah. So it puts that pressure on you. You better finish. So you just go in and you just keep going. So I know that pressure of binge watching is a lot.
But it's also worth it. It's also for Game of Thrones, at least. For Game of Thrones, it is so worth it.
I've heard too many good things. That's why I got to do it.
If people, anybody asks if there's like, there's nothing good on TV or movies or anything, y'all crazy.
How many
Game
episodes
of Thrones
each season?
It's 10 episodes a season. 10 episodes.
Raw. No more than 10 each season.
Yeah, 10 episodes a season.
It's 6 seasons?
It's about to be 7th now, I think.
So it's 60 episodes I gotta get through.
It's too much. Like if I want to catch up, I can't. It's like you feel like you're daunted. Like you can't really.
It's only the beginning. Once you get past that little hump of understanding all the characters and everything, you're gonna feel like you're just gonna want to watch everything.
I know that part, but still the time you got to put in. Is each episode an hour?
Each episode's an hour.
That's too much life, bro.
When you really think about it, you can break it down. Think about when you
but
used
you guys
to work,
did Entourage
when you used to work. That's different. I caught on way earlier, and it's shorter episodes.
It's shorter, and it has different layers. It's much lighter. You get drama, comedy, all that. Like,
hey man,
like the straight dramas are they're a little hard to power through. Like I feel like if you catch it,
but this is not straight drama.
I mean, no, it's not straight drama. It's action,
drama,
and
sex, thrilling. This is suspense.
When you think about it, if you work a job, you work 40 hours a week mostly?
Yeah.
So if you treat it like a job, you can get through this in a week or maybe 2. So it makes sense that he got through in 2 weeks.
See, the way my schedule's set up now, we get up at 5. Mm-hmm. I'm back at the house by like 7:30 ish. Mm-hmm. Take a shower. If I wanted to, I could catch 2 episodes between the time we start work at 10. But I got to prepare for work. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget about a weekend when you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, see, that don't happen in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, at least one time.
No,
yeah. Like you just gotta catch those moments. You put it in. You can burn through a whole season or 2 maybe in a day. Well, maybe not 2, but a whole season.
Yeah, I might try it. But I guess there's things we're not gonna talk about. Well, I guess I'm gonna move to you, Tay, since I see you watching. I'm not sure what you're watching. I just see colors on the screen.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Cam.
So I was prepared with something, and then I saw. Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh, don't do that. Oh no!
But then I saw something last minute that was so outrageous. I have to state it. I didn't get the chance to read the full story, but the headline said a sword fight breaks out in the Bronx. And then the picture is of a guy holding a sword and another guy in the doorway, like, got one hand on the door and got a sword. And I was like,
a sword fight?
How angry do you have to be to pull out a sword on somebody? And then the other person pull out a sword and y'all go at it.
See, that's that Game of Thrones shit. Niggas is out here watching Game of Thrones.
I guess TV does influence the world, man.
He said,
encouraging violence.
Can you imagine that conversation? He said, where you at? I said, I'm on the way. Bring your sword. I already got mine. You just show up with yours. Let's get it popping.
I think I'm more scared of a sword than a gun. Because I don't want to die.
Nobody want to get stabbed.
Like that stabbing stuff don't look fun.
And a sword, I feel like, is not stabbing you; it's cutting off you.
Oh yeah, no,
it's cutting through you. It's going through you. No. Shoot me.
Niggas is out here fighting with swords. It was 2 black guys?
No, it was the Bronx. It was Hispanic guys.
So was it? Okay. So it was like, did they have the Zorro swords?
That's.
I think we should encourage more sword fights though.
You think it'd be less violence?
No, it's not necessarily. Well, actually, I feel like it would be less violence because
niggas ain't carrying around a sword. It's heavy.
Like a gun is like a weapon. Like not a weapon. Well, it is a weapon,
yeah,
but it's like a button. You know, it's like a death button. Bam.
Yeah,
You know, you do it and they done. A sword takes a little bit more. Like you gotta be able to work the sword. You gotta be a man.
Because the sword not light. I picked up a sword. I was like, oh, this
sword.
This is heavy.
Yeah.
This shit's.
I think we just all need exoskeleton suits, just so
exoskeleton
so
suits.
when people shoot at us, nothing happens. It just bounces off. Maybe hit somebody else enough for.
How much you think that would cost on market?
About $1,200.
Actually, that's not a bad price for
about $1,200 if you get there. Yeah. So then people can have guns and swords and fight, but not really get hurt.
So
not like bulletproof, because bulletproof vests are kind of similar.
It's similar, but you don't get the same athletic ability.
So you want the ones that you
can
jump and like.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about Halo. I'm talking about what's the other ones? Yeah, what's the new joint that just came out? The new video, Doom. There you go.
You can barely get a Mac computer for $1,200. You want to get an exoskeleton suit for $1,200? Yeah, right.
That's the Walmart version of exoskeletons.
But do you think the death toll will go down if everyone had exoskeleton suits?
They'll just figure out another way to kill you.
And they going for the head?
Don't get smart.
I feel like
smart.
With an exoskeleton suit, would they have like a helmet? Yeah,
it should have some type of like motorcycle helmet, but that's bulletproof because it's exoskeleton material.
But my original things we wasn't going to talk about was, the theme song for Power that everyone loves?
Yeah.
50 Cent's rapping on?
Yeah.
The person that's singing on there, do you know who's that singing?
Mm-mm.
Does anyone know?
No.
It's Joe.
Joe? Stutter Joe?
It's Stutter Joe.
I can tell you lying because you just lying.
It's Joe.
Stutter.
It's Joe. He's singing
My
on the
nigga
Power
Joe.
intro. And that song go in.
Yo, they always held each other down, man. Ever since
What,
that.
G-Unit days.
I'd like to get to know you. I want to get to know you.
What else Joe singing? I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, I wanna know so I can be and more. The niggas used
He
to
been
be
holding it down for the ball heads for a decade, man.
Yo,
Dark skin and bald. That was like
dark
rule
bald.
in the 90s, nigga. That was.
Tristina, you like dark bald? Damn, you a hater, man. She said no.
Man, that's what.
How about mid ball?
What about mid bald?
Because nigga like me.
How about nigga that can grow some hair on the side?
Girl, you like lack of.
Lack of.
But I was like, that's cool.
That's
man.
Joe? I didn't know that.
It's Joe.
I ain't know where he was,
cool.
man.
Okay.
Shout out to Power. I'm all caught up with that.
I feel like R&B singers are some of the funniest people
It's
alive.
hilarious because it's such a show.
It is a amusement.
It's all about the sexual show without being too sexual. I guess.
Wait, it's a sexual show without being too sexual?
But they're not trying to
fucking.
have sex on the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they take it as far as it can go.
Yeah. I mean, I think in my past life I could have been an R&B singer because of my voice. I mean, I could be one now. I think I need to take some voice lessons. Give me like a year of voice lessons.
I don't know. How many R&B singers are your size?
There's some
I
big.
think there's
Tank is huge.
Is Tyrese a tall dude?
Tyrese
Tyrese
he like
kind of.
He may be 6 feet.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
5'11".
If you could sing, like, no, you can hold a note.
I can hold a note.
You believe in him?
Yeah, no, I can hold a note now.
No, yeah, he can hold a note. You can hear it on the albums.
Yeah,
So
wrong.
let me ask you
Okay.
this, Tay. Would you sign him?
Would I
you
sign
wouldn't
him?
sign me, and I've been, been trying to get on your label and Rome's label for a while.
But
Well, you ain't good.
Contrary to popular belief, you go back and listen to the mixtapes. I was so good back then. I'm questioning if I got worse.
Tay would sign me for artist and artist development. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
So-
hold on. You didn't answer me.
You said to answer you about him.
That and me.
Oh,
Tell the people why you won't sign me.
Wait, sign you for what though? Singing
I
or
asked
rapping?
both of y'all rapping.
okay.
Oh no, now I sign you for rapping. You had to develop.
The
Why
funny
not
thing,
back then?
Yeah, I will probably bring
didn't
you
believe
on. I'll let you write. You know, you
I'll
could
let
come.
you write.
You could come through the stew. You could come through the stew. You know. Sometimes you know give you a little input. But
Yeah.
The funny thing,
He
these
couldn't
are
get
both
it.
imaginary record labels we're talking
Yeah.
about that
Yeah.
Cam
I'm talking
will
about
not
First
get
and
signed.
Flight, and we ought to take.
But they
records.
could happen. You never know.
Yeah.
Now, no, I
You
would.
could sign Cam or not?
I could sign. Cam would be no joke, no lie. This is
right.
no lie.
All right.
I would sign Cam for A&R.
Yeah.
I would sign Cam.
Yeah.
A&R. He know how to find.
He
good
knows how to
music.
find
I
me.
wanna,
No, I'm saying no. If I
sign me. Hey, put a B in front of the A&R and put an S at the end of it, and sign me for that.
bars.
Bar
You
enough.
want to take that job? He gonna be the A&R trying to sign artists, but he gonna tell the artist, "You don't really want this label because I've been trying
I'm
to get on
okay,
here."
but I got to be A&R. Like, hey, if you
He
want
gonna
to
be
sign,
like
put
Diddy.
me
Let
on
me
the
let me
song.
hop on that one right
Put me
there.
on the song if you want me to sign you.
All the artists he bring in, he gonna be like, let me hop
Put
on
me
that
on the
one.
song.
I'm doing all the hottest songs.
Oh,
Still,
that's funny.
once you get over that, you're realizing, you know, that your talents are not in the music part, and it is an A&R. You're gonna be great, man.
Hey, go listen to my catalog.
You can stop it though, bro.
But, I wanted to talk about things I wasn't going to talk about.
Yeah, no. I was about to say that's it for the Cam's things. We're not gonna talk about.
Okay.
Tay,
Oh yeah.
turn up.
So Brexit. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to that.
Is that a beautiful exit?
No. It's fucking Britain. They're leaving the European Union. I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're no longer gonna be a part of Europe.
Britain.
Yeah.
Wait.
Great Britain
Yeah.
won't be part.
Yeah. They won't be a part of.
They've been talking about this for years, so it's actually
It's
going
actually-
through.
Yeah, I mean, y'all. We heard about it, right? I mean, not to be insulting or like,
Yeah.
but it's like been like.
We talking about as of
everywhere.
recently? Haven't heard about it?
Yeah.
No. I've been
forgot
locked
all
in my
about
room.
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Huh?
Yeah,
But no, yo, that's this. And you know, I call my homegirl, like, cause you know I see it everywhere, and I see it major. You know, that I see like the advantages of them leaving for them, and then there's disadvantages. There's just been a lot of things that say like why the disadvantages of it. So I called my homegirl. I was like, why do everybody hate the fact that Britain is leaving like that? And she was like, oh, it's just because there's a bunch of fucking racists.
Oh shit!
It's like the Trump shit, like where
Oh, okay.
like
okay.
basically people who don't